Greetings to you today. This is our devotion for Wednesday, the 28th of December. We are in a section of our Dietrich Bonhoeffer book, which is entitled God is in the Manger, Reflections on Advent and Christmas. We're in a section now, 12 Days of Christmas and Epiphany, and today is day 4 of that. It's entitled on this December 28th, this Wednesday, December 28th, With God There is Joy. With God there is joy. Everlasting joy shall be upon their heads. Isaiah 35:10. Since ancient times in the Christian church, acedia, I believe that's the way it's pronounced, A-C-E-D-I-A, acedia, sadness of heart, resignation, has been considered a mortal sin. Serve the Lord with gladness, it says in Psalm 100, verse 2, urges the scripture. For this, our life has been given to us, and for this, it has been sustained for us to this present hour. The joy that no one can take from us belongs not only to those who have been called home, but also to us who are still living. In this joy, we are one with them, but never in sadness. How are we supposed to be able to help those who are without joy and courage if we ourselves are not born by courage and joy? The word born is B-O-R-N-E, meaning carried along. If we ourselves are not carried along by courage and joy. What is meant here is not something made or forced, but something given and free. With God there is joy, and from him it comes down and seizes spirit, soul, and body. And where this joy has seized a person, it reaches out around itself, it pulls others along, it bursts through closed doors. There is a kind of joy that knows nothing at all of the pain, distress, and anxiety of the heart, but it cannot last. It can only numb for a time. The joy of God has gone through the poverty of the manger and the distress of the cross. Therefore, it is invincible and irrefutable. Interesting to put it that way. It's gone through, how did he put it? Gone through the poverty of the manger and the distress of the cross. Therefore, it is invincible and it is irrefutable. You can't deny it. You can't defeat it. If this joy can get through those kinds of things in our lives. That's all by Dietrich Bonhoeffer, what we just read. This is by an author by the name of Kathleen Norris. She wrote a book entitled Acedia and Me, subtitled A Marriage, Monks, and a Writer's Life. Interesting combination. Acedia may be an unfamiliar term to those not well versed in monastic history or medieval literature. But that does not mean it has no relevance for contemporary readers. I believe that such standard dictionary definitions of acedia as apathy, boredom, or torpor do not begin to cover it. And while we may find it convenient to regard it as a more primitive word for what we now term depression, the truth is much more complex. Having experienced both conditions, I think it likely that most of the restless boredom, frantic escapism, commitment phobia, and enervating despair that plagues us today is the ancient demon of acedia in modern dress. And again, that's from a book written by Kathleen Norris, Acedia and Me. It was written in 2008. We close with the passage, Psalm 100. Make a joyful noise to the Lord, all the earth. Worship the Lord with gladness. Come into his presence with singing. Know that the Lord is God. It is He that made us, and we are His. We are His people and the sheep of His pasture. Enter His gates with thanksgiving and His courts with praise. Give thanks to Him. Bless His name, for the Lord is good. His steadfast love endures forever, and His faithfulness to all generations. There's enough to lift us up out of whatever powerless state we may feel that we're in, no matter what label we may put on it. Just that sense of, when asked about something or something put before you to do. Instead, we remember that the Lord is good. We remember that His steadfast love endures forever. We remember that His faithfulness is to all generations. We're not left out because of what we've done or what we think or how we act. We're not left out. His faithfulness is to all generations. Blessings to you today on this Wednesday. Continue to celebrate the coming of the Lord. Continue to anticipate His coming again.